What's up guys, it's Frame the Figure here and welcome to a brand new series of Is It Worth It? In this series I will be checking out different figures and figuring out if they're actually worth picking up. I'll be looking at things like the design, how accurate they are, articulation and any flaws or issues they might have along the way. In this episode we are looking at Ahsoka Tano from the Black series by Hasbro. If you're into Star Wars, you probably already know her. She started off as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, ended up becoming one of the most known characters in the whole franchise. This specific version is based on her look in the Clone Wars Season 7, which is kind of like her final arc in the series, and honestly, it's one of the best parts of the entire show. So yeah, my first impression was that I actually thought this was a really great figure, but to be fair, this was actually my first figure, so I didn't really know any better at that time. Everything just felt impressive. The looks, the colors, the whole design, it just instantly felt like something special. But looking back now, I can see it a bit differently, but at that time, this was honestly amazing to me. Well, how about the design and accuracy? Overall, I think the proportions are actually really well done. Nothing feels off or awkward, and it looks balanced, which is always a good start. The face sculpt is also really solid. It does resemble Ahsoka quite nicely, especially for a Black Series figure, so no major complaints there. The outfit is instantly recognizable as her Season 7 look, which is great, but at the same time, you can tell it could have used a bit more detail here and there. So it's good, just not quite perfect. Well, one might wonder, how about the articulation then? I feel like this figure is a bit tricky to pose. The legs are basically like sticks, so it doesn't really hold a lot of dynamic positions very well, and it tends to fall over pretty easily. That being said, there are still few simple and nice poses you can get it into without too much of trouble. Just not one of those figures you can really go all out with when it comes to posing. Well, does this figure have any flaws then? Well, starting with the joints, the knee joints feel a bit weaker compared to the rest of the articulation on the figure. I mean, you're not really putting a lot of pressure on them anyway, but they do feel noticeably less sturdy than the other joints. Then the accessories. The lightsabers are probably the biggest issue here. They're really soft and they bend super easily, which can make them look a bit wonky when you try to display them. But this seems to be an issue with many other figures as well. So yeah, there's nothing major, but there are definitely a few weaker points here and there with this figure. How about the value then? The retail price for this figure is around $25.99 US. Although I couldn't really find it easily in Europe at this moment, but I recall buying this for £22.99, which brings us to around €30. For what you're getting, it's a really nice figure with solid detail, decent articulation, and it comes with two blue lightsabers with silver hilts. So overall, I do think that this is a good value for what you're paying for. But now you must be wondering, should you get this figure? I'd say that if you're a big Clone Wars fan or Ahsoka fan like myself, then you should definitely add this to your shelf. But it is also a solid addition for general Star Wars collectors. Now that we are coming to an end of this video, I have one question to answer. Is it worth it? For me, this one is absolutely worth it. It's not a perfect figure by any means. There are a few weak points here and there, but overall it's just a really solid Ahsoka figure and great representation of her. So yeah, even with the flaws, I'd still say it's a must-have to any collection. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.